Welcome back to the channel, guys. In this video, we're going to be speaking about how to dominate 2025 and make it your year. This is a G's guide, which means that if you're here, you're in the right place right now. And we're going to be looking into a couple of steps that can totally change your year. The number one thing that we need to focus on, and that I truly think that you also need to focus on, is how to rewire your mindset. You see, 2025, it consists of 365 days where you can become anybody. How you start the year is nowhere near where you're going to finish the year. But in order to do so, you need to rewire your mindset. You need to tell yourself that everything you believe in currently today is a thought idea. Your parents might have taught you, the school or educational system. Maybe you're working and you have established the same mindset as people that you work with or your friends. You need to do an identity shift. You need to ask yourself, who am I? When you look in the mirror, who are you? What is your interest? Who do you want to become? And why do you want to become that man? You need to find a purpose. That purpose will give you a drive that is so strong that no matter what type of circumstances or what type of distractions you will face along the way, you will manage to go through. At the same time, we need to speak about the way you dress, the way you speak, and the way you act. You see, the way you present yourself to the world is the way the world is going to treat you. So if you have presented your way in a very demasculine or very weak, soft way, we need to change it into a more masculine role so that you can actually take care of the people around you. Now, in order to make 2025 the best year ever, you need to design your ultimate self. The man you're looking at in the mirror right now might not be the man you'll see 1 year from now. You might have scars, you might have faced pain, you might have done a lot of damage to the body, maybe done martial arts, who knows? But you need to build some sort of confidence. And the reason I say this is because you need to make sure that both the external and the internal parts of yourself are changed. Looks and physique is one part of the things that we're going to look into. Building charisma and personality and your character is one part that we're going to take a look into. And your money and belongings, the way they're going to affect your lifestyle, is also something we're going to take a look into. You need to think about, what do you want people to think when you step into a room? If you see James Bond step into a room, you know that he commands respect. If you see Bruce Wayne step into a room, you know that he commands respect. If you step into the room, do you get the same respect as everybody else, or do they kind of demasculine or treat you in a negative way? You need to make sure that you think about this stuff. How do you act when somebody is testing you? Are you stoic? Do you have emotional control? Do you show emotion? Are you weak? We need to focus on these parts. So the first part is the physique. What you want to do is you want to go to the gym 3 to 5 times weekly. This is because you want to build a consistent habit that would also benefit you in the long run. You will remain healthy, your body will feel good, you will look better in clothes, and also if you take off the clothes, you will look better at the beach or wherever it is. Doing martial arts combined with the gym is going to do you a massive benefit when it comes to being fearless and also calm. If you notice, the people that can actually fight, the people who actually knows how to do Mortal Kombat, are some of the calmest people you ever know, because they know what type of damage they can do with their hands, but they don't want to do it unless it's necessary. Jordan Peterson had a great quote where he said, the most capable man, or the most masculine man, is not a man that don't know how to fight, or a man that don't know how to fight. It's a man that does know how to fight, but he chooses not to. He remains calm. That's the most masculine era you can be in. At the same time, focus on having aesthetic physique. A lot of people are speaking about cutting and bulking and trying different stuffs. I would say if you could focus on building aesthetic physique, you will look absolutely fantastic. You will look attractive. At the same time, you will also gain the respect of the lads in the gym. Build self-discipline. Now, some of you people might have a routine when it comes to the gym. You might go in the evenings after work or after school, or maybe you like to work out in the mornings. Build such a self-discipline that no matter how you feel, you still decide to go to the gym. No matter how you feel, you still decide to do martial arts. It's one of the most important parts that you need to make sure that you're doing in your life. And make sure that you become a fearless and calm man. If you're fearless and calm, you will under any circumstance remain stoic. You will make sure that you have emotional control. Nothing can face you. This will prepare you for life, because life is rocky. Anything can happen at any second. Today you might have a fantastic day and tomorrow it might crash. You never know. You need to be prepared, mentally prepared to handle these situations. Especially when you get married or you get into relationships, your partner will look out for you to be the man who is the rock, the man who's actually fearless and can control any situation, even if you don't have the solution right in front of you. That is highly attractive for a partner. And also make sure that you challenge your body. Challenging your body is also challenging your mind. And when you challenge your mind, you grow it. You make sure that you have this growth mindset. When it comes to looks, I want you to think about I want you to think about the skincare routine. Your skin is the biggest organ on your body. And the way you present yourself will also tell people a lot about yourself. If you have a lot of acne, if you have yellow teeth, if you don't make sure to take care of yourself, then it will give a presentation to the world that you don't have the self-discipline that is needed in order to present yourself. When it comes to business, this might mean that you will probably miss out on a couple of connections that's important in your network. If it comes to dating, maybe you'll miss out on a couple of partners that could have been a good experience for you. And also make sure that you have good hygiene. If you dress well and you look well, but you have bad breath, you will score low when it comes to the scale. Having a great fashion sense in 2024 and especially 2025 will help you tremendously. A lot of people nowadays don't even know how to dress, but if you pay attention to Gen Z or the younger generation, a lot of them have actually found good ways to dress themselves in a way that presents them. It gives them some sort of identity. And it looks modern, it looks great, it's a fashion sense, but you can also go for the old aesthetic style, which never goes out on date, which is like dressing in a classy way. It's tailored and it fits your body. If you have aesthetic physique, if you have a muscular physique, having a regular t-shirt with pants that fits will actually go far. Rather than trying to sag with your pants or wearing caps and so on, you can find different ways to actually make sure that your imperfections or your perfections will be presented. At the same time, make sure that you don't change your whole look. A lot of people nowadays, they want to do some sort of like change when it comes to like clinical changes. You don't need to do clinical treatments in order to change your whole face or your whole body. Learn to love your imperfections. This is what makes you the person you are. If you have some sort of scars, keep them. It's attractive. It showcases that you have been through something. Maybe a war, maybe a battle. Just keep them. But you want to correct some of them. If you have some sort of birthmark that is kind of not looking good on you and you're kind of shy, either embrace it or find ways to kind of make sure that it's hidden a little bit. I want you in 2025 to raise your standards. Learn to have self-respect. This will save you a lot of arguments, a lot of drama, and a lot of conflicts. If you learn how to walk away from a situation, Donald Trump, he has a book about negotiations. The one who's willing to walk away from the table is the one who has actually the highest chance of winning the negotiation. You need to be able to walk away from the table no matter what the deal is. If you're dating somebody and they disrespect you and they cross the boundaries, you give them one chance. If they still keep doing it, you walk away from the table. If you have a friend and they keep disrespecting you, and you tell them, hey, I don't like this, I would suggest you change it, and they don't do it, you raise your standard, you walk away from the table. You have to have self-respect. The reason so many people are stuck on people from the past or stuck on people they don't want to be with is because they don't know how to walk away from the table. But by walking away from the table, you will actually give the other person a perspective. They will actually change their habits. They will actually change their ways because they see that you're serious and they will respect you for it. Learn how to outwork yourself. No matter what you do it 100%. If you put your full intention into something, you will see the fruits of your labor really fast. You have to cut out bad habits. If you're smoking, if you're taking some sort of nicotine, if you are drinking a lot, if you go out to party every weekend, if you have bad sleeping schedule, if you're watching porn, make sure that you have a routine where you're excluding these type of stuffs that would not make you a greater person. If you don't know if you have a bad habit or not, ask yourself, if I keep doing this for the next 3 years, would I be a better person or more like of a worse person? That would actually change if this habit is good for you in the long run. Never break a promise that you make to yourself. That's like one of the most important things that I've learned in 2024, because the more you keep doing it, the less respect you will have for yourself. You can't even keep the promises to yourself. How can you keep the promises you give to other people? Your words hold no weight. And a man that has, if a man's words don't hold no weight, you will lose respect from people that you love because they will see right through you. You will tell them you will do something and you won't even do it. It's not a good look. So learn how to never break a promise you make to yourself and also keep the promises you give to other people. We mentioned self-respect, but I would also say move strategic, almost move like the president. Don't tell people your moves every time. Don't tell them your plans. Don't tell them where you're going, what you have been doing. Learn to work in the shadows. Do a lot of shadow work. You step back 1 month, your friends don't see you, you still stay in touch, but you have been going to the gym. You've been buying a couple new clothes. Maybe you went on a vacation. You come back, people ask you, where have you been? You have stories to tell. Now you're a lot more interesting. Now people respect you, and they often wonder, like, why didn't you post it on social media? Why didn't you tell people? Why didn't you? Because you keep moving strategic. That way, nobody can ruin it. The energy is kept. You're not sharing it too much. A lot of people get like a dopamine release every time they tell people their plans without even doing it. So you will tell yourself, you will convince yourself that you've done something when you haven't even been productive. Make sure that you're not doing this mistake. Another part is building charisma. I cannot hold back how much charisma has to say when it comes to getting new friends or even when it comes to the dating market. You need to take calculated risks in order to gain charisma because it will give you great stories to tell. And telling a good story, if you know how to do it, you will gather the tension in the room. You need to socialize more often. You see, when you do something over time, you will become so good at it. Socializing is one of the best things you can do, but it depends on how you do it. If you dress well and you go out with your friends and you walk to a restaurant or you head to a club, for example, and you socialize, you speak to people, you're not afraid, you have confidence. In 2024, that's one of the best qualities you can have. And in 2025, it's going to be a lot more interesting because people are hiding their faces behind their phones. They don't have any stories to tell. They don't even do so much nowadays. You will learn to stand out real quickly if you can speak without having the fear of other people's opinions. You need to also to learn how to show genuine interest in people. You need to make it effortless, asking questions. And be comfortable in your own skin. Don't try to act up like you're somebody you're not. I see a lot of people, they gain the personality of a person they're looking up to, which is not bad. Imitation is flattery. But make sure at the same time that you're authentic to yourself. People want to get to know you, not the copy of the person you're trying to be. And learn how to not say more than what's needed. If you mention something, learn how to kind of keep some details of the story. Let them ask you, what more can you say about this? Tell me more. I want to know more. It builds interest. It builds charisma, confidence. People want to speak to you, which is really good. And remember names. I've been speaking with people, friends, women, and I noticed that whenever I say their name in a very genuine way, they get kind of surprised because I still remember. If they told me their name 30 minutes ago and I still use it in a sentence like, hey, lovely to speak with you, and then I say their name, they will act a lot more nicer. They will act like a lot more joyful and actually feel better, which is a good advice for you. Remember to use names. You would also focus on budgeting for beginners. A lot of people are broke nowadays. They don't have $1,000 to their name, and it's common, more than you think. Everybody been there, everybody's going to be there. But if you become good at saving and budgeting by the 50-30-20 rule, I use this one. It has helped me a lot. Where you put 50% into needs, 30% into self-improvement, and 20% into savings. Example, if you make $2,000 per month, let's say you live at home or you live in an apartment, for example, $1,000 can go into cost of living. That could be rent, transportation, utilities, groceries. $600 should be invested, especially in the first 3 to 6 months, into skincare routine, shopping. You need to buy clothes that fit your wardrobe. Even if you have to change the whole wardrobe, you should invest in it. Trust me, it gives you more opportunities. And traveling. Take 1 or 2 good travels. Don't need to be expensive. Maybe it's the neighborhood city. Maybe it's the neighborhood country. Just travel. Just reward yourself. $400, the remaining $400 should go into saving. It could be an emergency account. It could be for the retirement. It could be saving account, or it could be debt payment if you have debt payment. After the 3 to 6 months, you have built so much opportunities when it comes to your career and so on, because you have kind of progressed when it comes to your self-image, your identity, that now you can actually switch it up. Now you can actually lower the cost of investing in yourself and put more into saving, for example. Maybe you'll find ways to increase the cost of living, having a better life, or reducing it at the same time if you live at home, or if you find cheaper ways to make it go around. And remember, please, your daily habits is what will make you the person you want to become. There's a version of you that never sleeps in, that wakes up early, that does daily cardio or works out or martial arts, that is journaling, meditating, don't watch porn, that is out there speaking with everybody, socializing, being charismatic. And then there's the opposite. You need to ask yourself, what are your daily habits right now? Ask yourself, what have they contributed to? What type of person are you when you look in the mirror? Are you happy with what you see? Are you happy with the person that you are? Are you happy with what you have created? If you're not, it can easily be fixed by replacing your daily habits. If you spend several hours a day on your phone and you're consuming instead of creating, maybe you can change the habit. If you're watching Netflix every day, maybe you can watch YouTube, learn something. If you don't have a job, maybe you can get a job. If you're at school but you feel like your grades are not good enough, find ways in order to improve yourself. And I promise you, this will pay off so much in the nearest future. It don't have to be 10 years from now to see the results. It could be 10 days. It could be 10 months. and you could become a whole different person. Your parents will be shocked, your siblings, your friends, your girlfriend, everybody will be shocked because it doesn't require so much, but you need to have the self-discipline. So what you do will dictate who you are, and who you are is dictated by what you do. So make sure to build good daily habits, and I promise you, 2025 will be the year that you will make the biggest change that you've ever seen in your life. Thank you so much for sticking around, and stay updated for new videos. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you again.